Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Reading and Crafting with Tiffany. I am Tiffany. I'm gonna make me a scrunchie with green yarn. The green yarn. And the size is 5.5 with the can you see that? 5.5 millimeter. And I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out how to get the beads on there. I don't know. But we're gonna try. It may or may not work. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna crochet. I'm gonna pull from the center. Pull out a bunch. Past civilizations are those that depend chiefly upon agriculture, have made considerable advances in mechanic arts, and have towns and cities. Civilizations are those that engage in commerce, practice the art of writing, and have made considerable progress in knowledge and morality. Enlightened nations, like us, I guess, are those civilized nations that possess a thorough division of labor, have established domain systems of education, gotta figure out. And have made the greatest progress in knowledge and morality. I'm never good at doing this stuff. Two or more of these classes. The enlightened civilizations are nearly all. Like, I know you have to keep some of this side out. Would also like to point out that it's got all the different kinds of government, and communism is not one of them. Okay, guys, Iran is now being hit with a major wave of cyber attacks following the initial strikes from the US and Israel. So it looks like it's an attack from multiple different angles. In fact, one of Iran's apps for tracking airplanes has been hacked, and it started sending Iranian citizens notifications like help has arrived, and it's the time for reckoning. On top of that, a number of Iran's state news broadcasters are also being hacked, and they're currently down. Now, this could certainly cause confusion, as you'd imagine, from the public. Hold on to the string, go around the front, bring it back, and it could also potentially drive the people of Iran to look for other news sources to find out, potentially ones outside of the country. A lot of developments coming in right now, so make sure you follow up you guys updated.
Okay, how am I just finding this out now? Did you know that in 1998, a Simpsons episode came out called The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, Season 10, Episode 2. He writes on a chalkboard. No one really thought anything of it. And this little Easter egg went unnoted. Then, almost a decade and a half later, CERN, which definitely doesn't have 666 in their logo, comes out and discovers the God particle, the Higgs boson particle. Now, this is apparently a pretty big deal, namely because they spent $13.25 billion to find it. Except 14 years before that, Simpsons wrote it on the chalkboard of this episode. Now, I've heard some wild Simpsons predictions.
Bring the back part up and around.
They're telling you what's going on. But this one is strange because if the connotation is that they knew what it was already, then what did they spend $13.25 billion on?
That's one, two, then you two, then you get this, and go through those two. Just keep doing it. One day I'll get good at this. One day.
This is an imposter. government. Be right back. Green Scrunchie is committed to supporting national security to, through, and from space. The systems we're building today provide the
Me, I'm still figuring this out. I haven't done it since the last time I recorded. So I'm sorry.
Sorry about that low quality audio. People keep putting like dumb sounds over people speaking, so it makes it difficult to hear them. I assure you, I have both versions. It did not affect his voice. You can go watch it yourself. Now listen to him speak right here, not too long ago. Modern AI is a horizontal enabling layer. It can be used to improve everything. Back to Exhibit A. Blue Origin is committed to supporting national security. People noticed when I saw that video right off the bat, it was not him. I mean, look at this. And of course, the Bezos that we know. For instance, his left ear had a significant flop. His face was much longer, no ear flop. So, who the heck is this? People are being replaced at astonishing frequencies. And don't give me the age of the plastic surgery, it doesn't change your skull shape.
You start making enough money, you can start talking about moving civilization from Earth to another planet. If you start making enough money and nobody bats an eye about it. But anyways, y'all, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you made it this far, you know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, y'all. I wasn't going to do another video today, y'all, but it's just ups and downs, y'all. And it happens. It happens. They come and go in waves, y'all. And the past couple days, we've been going through a down, y'all. But, you know, I sat here for about 5 minutes with the setup all on, lights all on, and I hit record, and I'm glad I did, y'all. My day got better, and I feel good. I'm glad I did it. And now I'm ready to get my day going. The baby's about to fall asleep, so I'm going to go get my speakers installed now. And today, my doors don't lock on my vehicle, y'all, so I had to buy all new actuators. I don't think I need new actuators. I think it's just I don't know what they're called, but like the wires that connect to the actuators that have like the little ball joints and maybe the motors. So I bought everything, though. I bought the actuators, I bought the wires, I bought the motors. So whatever I don't need is just going to get returned. So there's a guy that does them, down in the hood. So I'm going to go down there, but everything gets delivered today. So maybe tomorrow or Thursday I'll go, take them back and take it to get
Hard to tell because it's
installed.
really hard.
And I want to get a nice little lift and some tires on my car, and then my vehicle should be good. A little tune-up, and it should last another 100,000 miles, y'all. No car payment, nothing. I'll be loving what I'm driving, y'all. So working on my vehicle and getting it fixed up to my liking, y'all. But that's the plan today. Go get my speakers installed. I'm gonna ask this guy about if he can put my lift on and put my tires on, and maybe buy my tires from him if it'll be cheaper than going to like a discount tire or something. So that's the plan today. I hope everyone out there has a good day. I'm gonna get out of here. This is Adobe. I'm signing out the man cave. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow on the next one. Later.
You know that feeling when everything just clicks? Good music and craveable chicken fingers? That's Cloud9 to me. Hey Megan! It's the feeling behind my new album. And honestly, it's the same feeling I get every time I stop at Raising Cane's. Cook to order chicken fingers, crispy fries, cane sauce, simple, real, and always hits. So grab your go-to order, check out my new album, and come join me on Cloud9. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Harry, you spent the last 10 years on something huge.
This thinner yard is hard to use. I like the big
5
fluffy
German-engineered steel blades, a premium metal handle, and our most advanced pivoting system. Made ergonomically, priced economically. Designed to effortlessly navigate the contours of your face.
How was everybody's day going?
Or your friend's face.
Mine was very long. I came home, I was cranky and I was hungry.
The new Harry's Plus. The shade you've been waiting for.
Hey, leftovers. Tried to get my husband to make pancakes, but he was already trying to say leftovers.
So that people who watch me will be free from concern. My favorite funny face
I
is
think
the one
I
I'm
got it
wearing right now.
up.
This entire video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Don't believe everything you hear or see. These are just theories, not facts, for context. With that being said, let's dive in.
I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy, but it's
then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there, receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead. And I made mistakes, and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love, and I felt a lot of appreciation that I tried, and what I said was true, and I really wanted to recognize my family. I wanted to recognize my dad, and my dad was the type of person that if you met him for 5 minutes, you felt like you knew him for 50 years. You know? I can't talk about him without getting emotional. Oh, loved it. Loved it. It's so beautiful. And having Michelle.
I can't keep defending you, Jimmy. I can't keep defending you. What is going on? Everyone knows I'm a huge fan of Jim Carrey, man. I've been defending people saying, you know, he's a fallen angel. I was there defending you, Jimmy. I can't keep defending you. This is not a good look. Okay? Well, be honest. Maybe
I guess I never did anything to.
Okay? You
I got
know?
a good start on it. Let's see if I can do it.
But I've never
I'm gonna see if I can.
seen him act like this. His eye color
Nope.
changed.
You have to
Look at
use
his forehead.
skinnier.
Keep defending you, Jimmy. What have they done to you? I wasn't gonna do it.
I wonder if I can maybe use a skinnier one to hook through.
Lens that changed the eye color. But listen to this guy's speech recently in the French Awards, and I feel like he's trying to tell us something.
So I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like.
I've never seen Jim act that nonchalant. You know he's just full of energy. He's about to do something goofy, man. This is too regular. This is not Jim, unfortunately, guys. You're talking to someone that's watched him since Living Color, grew up watching Ace Ventura, Cable Man. I had Ace Ventura on repeat my entire childhood. I loved that movie. Dumb and Dumber. Who can forget? If you
I
truly
think I'm gonna switch to a smaller needle to see if I can get more of the beads out.
definitely feeling the way I'm feeling, man. This is like it's hard to grasp. It is. I'm not gonna lie.
Crazy, but you know, it's then I watched
No,
everybody
I'm gonna.
talking 1,000 miles an hour up there, receiving their.
I mean, Jim Carrey's been trying to tell us for a while, a long while. And undoubtedly we know that Jim Carrey has a really good way of sending a message of truth to humanity that genuinely wakes people up. And let's not forget he plays numerous roles where he gets the power of God. Have you ever noticed his initials? J.C. Jesus Christ. But most importantly, the question in hand right now is, for me, these eyes. Why would Jim Carrey just decide to change his pupils on a time when he's going onto the world stage, looking very different? I mean, we all remember.
You don't know what it is. You don't know what that is. I have no idea. You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know.
We seen this. Jimmy, come out and tell us. As much as you try to expose the industry, Jimmy, just come out and tell us what's going on. Address the issue. I know you can. Jimmy, if you just type in YouTube, everybody's talking about it. Just have a public disclosure on your Instagram. Make a reel or something. Explain to us what's going on, Jimmy. We can't keep defending you.
The Letterman doesn't know. We don't know. All the comics and show business don't know what this is. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, the all-mocking tongue. For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to distract you, to make you laugh, stuff like that, make you happy and docile, so you don't know what's really going on. Boy, I'm trying to... It's hilarious. Hilarious. You know what they're trying to do? temporarily interrupted by my iPhone 6 Plus.
I mean, if
Is that what really happened? Was he trying to literally warn us this entire time? And it finally hit him. It makes me think of the movie Get Out, you know, but except they got Jim Carrey. It's Botox or something, man. It's not Fire Marshal Bell.
if you haven't watched this movie for a while, go and watch it, because I can guarantee you now it will wake you up. I don't exist, so they're all characters that I've played, including Jim Carrey, including Joe Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character because I thought I was just building something that people would like. But it was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now. Very looking and acting differently, and me maybe being the world authority on Jim Carrey. I thought maybe I'd resurrect some of my old videos showing how Jim played Joe. But first, let's watch this character in a mask playing Jim Carrey.
Oh my gosh, you know, one that pops to mind all the time is, I don't know what the French name is, it's the Untouchables with Morsai.
Now they'll try to sell you on cloning and soul swapping and nonsense like that, but it's just a prosthetic mask. And I'll show you. Because they've done it before. Because now Jim is actually playing a new role, Walton Goggins. So they have someone else playing Jim. And enjoy the evidence for those of you that have never seen my old videos. Does Jim Carrey play Joe Biden part of the time? And I'm not talking Saturday Night Live, I'm talking real life. At the end of this video, I think if you don't think so right now, there might be a little part, at least a little part of you, that just might agree with me. Let's start with this. We all know he is a physical comedian, but just watch this.
Options were limited. You won't be seeing much more physical humor in my show. Way back now will be.
Okay, so you get the idea. He falls a lot. He falls a lot through comedy. But did you ever notice who else falls a lot? And hey, they kind of look like it. Like, in fact, that might even look a little bit more like Jim Carrey than Jim Carrey looks like Jim Carrey in this. That's Joe Biden, I'll show you. Sure looks a lot like Jim Carrey to me, and that's supposed to be Biden getting off the helicopter. They even have similar walks and forward head postures. Do you see it? I see it. Similar length arms in comparison to the knees. And we know how Hollywood likes to put things in plain sight. We also know they do a ton of predictive programming. This Simpsons is 15 years before this, even to the sign falling down. Predictive programming. Did you see it? I saw one thing at first. Watch the timing of his hand. Timing of his hands, and then watch. You'll see it. Watch, I sync it up here. Ready? There it is. Watch. Yep. And the hands. The timed up at the same time, the hands at the same time. That's Jim Carrey. That is Jim Carrey. I'm going to show you more.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to go back and put some beads in there somehow. I just crochet them in randomly.
I do kind of see a similarity there.
puts his hand up twice, just like we saw in the movie Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey. And then tell me this isn't Jim Carrey's comedic falling. There's no way Joe Biden is this quick on his feet and moves. And watch how he does this little jog. This salute at the end here. It is Jim Carrey. And I'm going to show you more. There. Did you ever see this clip where it looks like Biden's wearing a mask? Again, truth in plain sight. We all know that he did the movie The Mask. Could they have been trying to tell us something? I think so. I saved my best work for last. Enjoyed the editing.
I'm not ready for this, man. I am not ready for this.
How did I do that?
I ain't got my boy Jim, man. Unbelievable.
29 as we go. Watch the arm timing. Synchronicity, it's too much to be a coincidence. Hand railing.
What he means by the handrail action is myself, when I use the handrail, I kind of have like everyone has their rhythm of going upstairs, and I kind of like pull the side rail as I walk. You can see people's similarities on the handrail, and it does look kind of similar. I see where he's getting at.
It's not a coincidence, guys. It's not. Doorways here. Come on.
I don't know.
What do you think the chances are? 1 out of 100? Maybe 1 out of a million? As long as you're telling me there's a chance, I'm okay with it. And as always, this is pure entertainment. Just satire. I don't really think these guys are the same.
I'm so late.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to see you. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, something seems off. And also, people are saying Jim is left-handed. Why is he writing with his right? What is going on with y'all boy Kai?
I don't know.
You don't
I'm
know
just
him, he's
having
like one of
fun.
the biggest next to Speed. He's like one of the biggest streamers.
What's his name? Will Smith's son and Kai greeting each other at a initiation ceremony.
I believe that's Jade Smith from what was it, Karate Kid with Jackie Chan. I actually like that movie, man. I don't know what's going on in this red room with him yelling like that.
When shopping for personal loans, bidding switch rates can be deceiving. Count on Intuit Credit Karma to show you more accurate rates with clear terms. No smoke, no mirrors. Download the app to get started. Did you know the Walmart app has over 500 billion
I'm feeling better. When I got home, I was making I was tired. I just wanted to take a nap.
The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Cuddle with my kitties.
Don't know Domino's $9.99 best deal ever?
No, I'm wide awake.
Maybe pan pizza. Gluten-free crust. Thin and crispy too. Load on up to 7 toppings like 3 different types of cheeses, green peppers, and get it all for under $10. Only at Tom. Hello. Colon cancer screening kit. Simple and non-invasive.
It takes the scare out of screening.
Supposed to be easily. For some reason, I don't know how to get it to easily go through.
Chuck your thoughts on below. What's going on here?
Scientists are using AI to hack Wi-Fi routers to see you in your home like a camera.
So what they did is they had, a camera looking at a space with people in it. That's sort of like coming in from one eye. The other eye is the radio signals, so sonar from the Wi-Fi router. And they just learned to predict, like, this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera. So all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around the room. And this is what they're able to reconstruct. Real-time 3D pose estimation, right? So suddenly AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings.
No real cameras, no microphones required, just the invisible waves bouncing around your house right now, watching you breathe, move, and even sleep. And the scariest part, you wouldn't even know it's happening. Wi-Fi routers don't just send out internet, they send out radio waves.
Put it in the middle.
Everything in your house. Your walls, furniture,
green.
your own body. Every
That's
time
what I
you
was
move,
doing.
even just slightly, those waves change. They bend, scatter, and reflect differently. And now AI can read that change and that chaos like a book. Thanks to breakthroughs in machine learning, scientists have trained models to analyze these patterns and reconstruct your physical movement, your position, your posture, using nothing but Wi-Fi data. This isn't a conspiracy theory, this is peer-reviewed science. MIT created a system called RF Pose, which can track people through walls. Carnegie Mellon University used 2 off-the-shelf routers to create silhouette images of people moving in a room. Other researchers show this can be done with an almost 100% accuracy. Again, no camera needed, just your Wi-Fi. This is the kind of thing that just decades ago was military grade. Now it's just software and some smart routers. Of course, publicly the narrative is a little different. Researchers say that this tech could be used for elderly care, detecting falls or health emergencies, which it could be, to be fair. Sleep monitoring, tracking breathing patterns or movement, both of which it can do. And security systems, spotting intruders even if the cameras are off. But here's the big catch with this. You wouldn't know it's happening. And that's where things get dicey. This tech doesn't need your permission. It doesn't need a camera lens or a microphone, just a Wi-Fi signal and someone with the right software. Imagine a world where your landlord can track when you're home, or a hacker can watch your movements through your own walls. Or worse, governments use it for passive surveillance, saying, hey, we didn't record anything. We know that's not far off. In fact, patents from big tech companies have already hinted at using Wi-Fi for non-contact monitoring and surveillance programs. They love anything that leaves no trace. And if they're patenting it, you know they plan on using it. So how do you stop it? Honestly, you can't. Not easily. The only way would be to
You don't know
shut
until you
off
try
your
it.
Wi-Fi or wrap your house in a Faraday cage. And let's be real, that's not happening. We're heading into a future where every signal is a sensor. Where your internet doesn't connect you, it watches you. This is the kind of tech that changes the rules. It blurs the line between convenience and control, between connection and surveillance. So what will you do? Switch off the internet, go dark, or just allow this to happen?
Well, it would be to go off grid, complete an entire, what's it called? Where you're off grid homestead. There it is. Create a homestead, have you a garden, Have all your DVDs already downloaded, you know, and all your favorite movies on, you know, DVD, and then you wouldn't really need the internet, you know, have all your games, favorite video games offline, you know, you really wouldn't need the Wi-Fi then, would you?
According to NASA themselves, the moon is in the exosphere. It's in the outermost layer of our atmosphere, of Earth's atmosphere.
Meow.
So it's
You
not
come
in
to
outer
say
space,
hi?
and that's a whole nother video. But this is a picture of Venus passing in front of the moon. So Venus, a planet that is
Hi, Mia.
much farther
Hi,
than the
baby.
exosphere is said to be, is
You
passing
wanna come
in
over
front
here?
of a celestial body within the exosphere. So this obviously doesn't make sense according to NASA.
She's the one that always talks a lot.
So you ask why it's happening according to NASA. They
Yeah.
start explaining that the moon is actually hiding Venus. So the AI is regurgitating
Was
NASA
anybody
and
else?
is telling me that
I didn't get to
Venus
see
is
the
actually
planetary
behind
alignment.
the moon.
I would
Now,
let him
from
do it.
our perspective, now obviously this is not happening. So I said, it's not the moon passing in front of Venus from our perspective. It's Venus passing in front of the moon from our perspective. And then it literally says, I get why you're saying that. The photo looks exactly like Venus is crossing in front of the moon. But here's the key thing. According to NASA, that scenario cannot physically happen. Why Venus cannot pass in front of the moon? NASA's position is unambiguous. Venus is tens of millions of miles farther away than the moon. The moon is only about 240,000 miles away. Because of this enormous distance difference, Venus can never physically cross in front of the moon from the Earth's perspective. So even if your eyes or camera make it look like Venus is in front, NASA explains that this is a projection illusion, not an actual foreground crossing. So the funniest thing is that when NASA's completely wrong about something, they start telling you that something is an illusion. When
So you just
Venus
keep pushing
appears
it
to
down
touch
and
or
then it starts
overlap the
scritching.
moon, it is always behind the moon, never in front. The illusion of Venus being on top
think
of
they're
or in
either just
front
gonna
of the
bring
moon
the movie
happens
in there.
because Venus is extremely bright.
It's all
Venus
good.
has not yet reached the moon's actual edge. You just can't see that edge. So they're saying that we can't see this edge, okay? Now, even with this shitty camera, you can see the edge right there. It's clear. Exactly where the edge is. And Venus is right on top, within this circumference. Venus is not that far away. Venus is closer to Earth than the moon is. According to NASA,
Is it just me, or is the crescent on the moon just off? It's like it's at the bottom versus where it normally is on the side. Maybe I'm tripping, but did you guys notice that?
Anybody notice the moon phase? Has anybody looked up from their cell phones lately? Have you looked in the sky? When have you ever seen a half moon where it's lit on the bottom of the freaking moon? Google it. Look at what the moon phases are supposed to be. And look at what you're seeing now. Something's shifted. You might want to look up. No, wait. Has anybody noticed the moon phase?
The energy is so strong, vibrates so high that anybody that's wishing to do evil upon you, it shall be revealed. Vibrates so high that any evil entity feels uncomfortable in your presence. Vibrates so high that strangers come up to you and compliment you. Vibrates so high that people want to be around you because you actually heal them. Vibrates so high that anybody that wishes to do harm towards you shall perish. Vibrate so high that anybody that has evil intentions shall be revealed. Vibrate so high that you heal the earth. Vibrate so high that you heal your community. Vibrate so high that you heal the world. Vibrate high.
The income tax is a part of Social Security under 7203 of Title 26. So what's happened here is we joined Social Security voluntarily. Then the net result of Social Security is the requirement that we file and pay an income tax. But when the federal income tax was launched back in 1913, the tax was levied on only the super wealthy, the richest 1/2 of 1% of the population, with a top tax rate of 7%. Today, of course, the fears of the early opponents of the tax have been more than fully realized. And by the end of Herbert Hoover's term, the top rate had jumped to 60%. And by the time Franklin Roosevelt was done, the top rate was over 90%. And the tax had been dramatically expanded to seize the incomes of the middle class for the first time. In 1913, the average family had to work until January 30th before earning enough to satisfy the tax man at all levels. This year, the average American family will work until May 12th. Well, for example, if you buy a $10 pizza, in order to celebrate being done with the IRS for another year, the tax man will be right there to grab 2 slices. Because on top of paying the sales tax, you'll also be picking up a major chunk of what the government charges the pizza shop owner for his local property taxes, unemployment insurance taxes, federal payroll taxes, federal, state, and local income taxes, workers' compensation taxes, and altogether, according to a study by the Americans for Tax Reform, that's $3.80 on a $10 pizza.
Crocheting over there, my bad.
I know now is not the best time to talk about pizza, but let me enjoy my slice I paid for.
Now, if you pick up a 6-pack of bread to go with the pizza, that's another 43 cents on every beer dollar that goes straight to the tax man for excise taxes. Let's say you want to drink Jack Daniel. Well, the tax man's share is $7.20 on that $10 bill. That's 75% tax. If you want to go lighter and just drink Pepsi-Cola, then the tax is only 35%, about half what it is for Jack Daniel. A recent study by Price Waterhouse shows that there are 30 different taxes imposed on the production and sale of a loaf of bread, which is 27% of the average retail price.
Keep in mind, when they said in Revelations, I believe, it said when an entire day's wage costs a loaf of bread, that's when something's about to hit the fan. And we're almost there. If you ask me, they taxing us 27% for a loaf of bread. You know?
When you buy new tires, it's 36%. It goes to the tax man. On the price of a new car, an Americans for Tax Reform study showed.
You think I just made that up? All right, Marshall Bill, let me show you something. And I heard a voice from among the 4 living beings say, a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's wage, will cost a day's pay. And don't waste the olive oil and wine.
Hi. Ready for an ultra?
Ready for an ultra?
Don't forget, there's only I didn't.
Okay.
The throat goat right here.
People are talking about it.
Around the world.
Did you consider yourself tore down in red blue?
I am a huge but I'm like a vanilla. Am I doing something unethical by letting this man have sloppy seconds and not telling him that it's sloppy seconds? One of the guys I had participated with said, and I was like, there's the last sex party I'm ever going to.
Weaponizing your fame.
Yeah.
Is that the total taxes reach 45% of the showroom sticker price. Now, I can remember my dad buying a 1955 Chevrolet automobile for $2,500 cash in 1955. Now those cars cost...
I bet you it costs money now. If he still had it, probably be worth 10 times the amount of that.
$20,000, and half the price of it, well, 45%, half the price, $10,000, is in taxes. Think about it. At the start of this nation's unique experiment with individual sovereignty and limited government, taxation without representation was tyranny. It was the watchword of the American Revolution. For our founding fathers, a level of taxation of only a few cents on the dollar siphoned off to a faraway and arrogant bureaucracy was enough to ignite a revolution. It was enough to grab the trusty musket off the wall. Well, Social Security is going to pay you $800 a month, or about $70,000 if you're single. Now, if you're married, you get a little more. Now, you'd think, ladies, that if your husband's going to get $805, that you ladies ought to get $805, but you don't. You only get $1,350. But if you divorce that clout, you'd get the full $805. Then you'd have $1,610 if you just lived together in sin. The income tax is a part.
Oh, Lord. You know who used to hate it? Let me full screen this. You know who used to hate taxation? Peter. I used to go to sleep watching the Jesus of Nazareth. What was it, 1966? You would just type in Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus of Nazareth. 1977? Yeah, that was it. Jesus of Nazareth, 1977. It's free on YouTube, by the way. And I used to watch this for like 6 months straight, guys. I used to go to sleep. It's free on YouTube right now. I used to go to sleep and watch this for 6 months straight. You know it was the right video when you start hearing that horn play in the beginning. But anyway, I watched this for 6 months straight, and Peter used to always hate taxation. That's probably where it's a 6-hour-long movie. Keep in mind, it's 6 or 8 hours. I don't remember, but I used to always, fall asleep watching this, and I remember so far into it. Peter used to hate taxation, did he? Peter did not mess around with taxation. If you watch this movie, drop it in the comments below. I believe it was free on YouTube. It might still be if you haven't seen it. It's about 8 hours long, but hey, it's the New Testament.
This clip is said to be a leaked recording from a whistleblower, supposedly filmed on August 10th, 1993, in Norman, Oklahoma, showing 2 tall gray alien beings walking past the camera. It's never been verified or proven to be a hoax, but it most certainly seems fake. But it does raise one question. If figures like these showed up in your backyard, what would you do? This clip is said to be a leak.
After thinking about it, knowing that they're demons, you might want to approach with caution, to say the least.
But what it is you can't handle a parallel realm that's living amongst us. And if your eyes were open and you saw what's all around us, and you saw why your family freaks out and why you don't understand yourself. If you saw all this parallel world, that's why God hid it. He caused the realms to be separated so that we can't see the spirit realm, and unless the Spirit of God allows us to see into that realm. So if you want to know what's going on in this country, you have to be able to handle the fact that in Genesis chapter 6, Satan, the only way he could hijack the human race was to get into their genetics and to interbreed and then get human beings to disqualify themselves because they weren't fully human. Okay, so now in Nimrod, in the Nimrod days, Nimrod was one of these hybrids. He was like Goliath. It says he was a Hagaborum, the mighty one, just like Goliath was. And when he did the power, it says that he was a mighty hunter before the Lord, is what it says in King James. Well, that's wrong. It said he was a hunter of men. He was a hunter of men. He built walled cities to keep men in. He was Satan himself. Is his Antichrist. Nimrod is the Antichrist spirit. So he became Gilgamesh.
You mean that, you guys all know what I'm talking about. You mean that tomb that they found that Hillary Clinton was trying to hide, and that they were trying to get that tomb that was actually Nimrod? They might have found Nimrod's tomb, y'all. That's all I'm saying. For entertainment purposes only, they might have already found Nimrod's tomb.
Hey, guys, you're standing in front of my camera.
Gave to Ur, and so
Hey,
God
yeah, come
called Abraham out of Ur and made a nation against
Can you
this
move?
Antichrist.
Whoop.
Why is nobody saying this?
Sorry about that.
So Gilgamesh was Nimrod. Nimrod was deified.
We were saying that 2 years ago. Gilgamesh was Nimrod.
Oh, there comes sunshine. You gonna go get 3PO? Go get her.
The Tower of Babel. He was the first mason. He put his initial, Gilgamesh, G, in his symbol. Mystery Babylon, as the Revelation, as Book of Revelation says. So I don't understand why there's all these controversies and why people are fighting each other. It's just pretty plain to me. And Mystery Babylon is a mystery for one reason. We need to get out of that
Sorry.
before we can handle this stuff. That's whether you're first degree or 33rd degree, and if there's a 34th degree by former presidents, then I don't know. But it doesn't matter. It's all wrong. It's all part of the plan of Satan to take over the earth completely by entrapping human beings. The only reason that you're not entrapped is because you believe in Jesus Christ and he bought you. Amen? Okay.
Yeah, it's going through there. So, slowly take that off. Put this one back there.
It's time for the specimen of the
I
day.
use this little one to just snag the
If you thought you were
yarn
going to
through.
get another excellent specimen of the day
And
today,
come back in the big one. Go back.
What we got here, man? We got an amethyst, man. Amethyst on a pedestal with I don't know, man. It's from India, okay? It looks like we got a geode inside of it with some type of light purple octahedral protruding out of this geode. What would I call it? I would call it the
Getting closer.
Call it the purple mitten, and let's give it an 8.5. What would you call it? And name it down in the comments below.
These coins prove that Jesus already came back and had his 1,000-year reign and ruled in New Jerusalem above all people, and when he comes back again in New Jerusalem, he told us he's aliens. Now, I urge you to go watch my other video that I already made saying that this was going to happen, that they're going to say aliens are real within the next few weeks, and what do we know? They're about to say that aliens are real, and Obama just said they were real, and Trump is about to do this. So why are they doing this? It's because Jesus is about to come back again in New Jerusalem, like Revelation 27-10 says. We surround the camp of the saints and also New Jerusalem. And if you look very closely at these coins, they're all from the times of Jesus, 1,000 years before this date. And what is that date? That date.
We don't know that, though. You know, people always say we in a 1,000-year reign. Do we really know that, though?
Now that's you.
back? Can you really look at yourself in the mirror and be like, he already came back?
It is 1776. So these coins, 1,000 years before 1776, were all telling us something about 1776. And we know these coins are from the 1,000 years of Jesus because when you look at the datings, they have the letter I in front of them, which stands for Jesus, which is Jesus in Latin and Greek. You can go watch my other videos where I touch on the topic more of the datings and the buildings. But all these buildings also have with the letter J, and then it'd be 687 years and 1,000 years of Jesus. NOD for Anno Domini, AD, and then the I again for Jesus. And I need you guys to truly understand that if these coins are actually from 1,000 years of Jesus, are they all pointing to a future date, which is 1776? Maybe they're trying to tell us something. And on all maps, you can see Tartaria, and then Theata.
If you really think he already came back, please drop it in the comments below. What compelled you to think about that? Drop it layer by layer, like how it said in the book of Isaiah. We drop things layer by layer, precept upon precept. You gotta drop it down layer by layer if you really think he already came back. I wanna know.
Isu, which stands for Land of Jesus. And I believe that the reason why the president wants Greenland, right, and it's just for whatever reason, it's because it's the closest continent to this land of Jesus. And in Revelation 27 through 10, it says, we surround the camp of the saints, but also surround the camp of, surround New Jerusalem. And if New Jerusalem is in the magnetic North Pole, you have to surround it with Greenland. And we see that the magnetic North Pole is shifting from Canada to Siberia. It says New Jerusalem and the camp of the saints will be surrounded by Gog and Magog, and historically, Gog and Magog is in the Caucasus region, which is modern-day Siberia. In the
Let's see if I can.
We were waiting on the battle of God and Magog. If you believe it already happened, we are waiting on the battle of God and Magog. If you think the 1,000-year already been happened, you believe the battle of Gog and Magog already happened. Where's the proof?
Make your best vacation memories with Road Surfer. Look now, but here to stay.
Culligan of Quad Cities helps you take control of your home's water with the world's most efficient softeners and drinking water systems. Culligan also gives you more control of your wallet with a variety of payment options for better water and finances that fit. Contact your local Quad Cities water expert today.
You know that feeling when everything just clicks? Good music and craveable chicken fingers? That's Cloud9 to me. So grab your go-to order to check out my new album and come join me on Cloud9. Raising King's Chicken Fingers.
Just take the through. Speak it through.
craziest part is that not only biblically does Ezekiel tell us that the Caucasus/Siberia region today is Gog and Magog, but the Geneva Bible, which confirms Jesus came back, and you guys could read that, also confirms that Gog and Magog is the North, Asian and Russian area. As you can see, Gog and Magog are whom Josephus in the Antiquities of Jews confirms.
Hold on a second.
Called Scythians, very cool people which came from Japheth, and that's the verse you can read from. And as you can see, it says that Gog is the prince or the ruler, and then Magog is the nation. Is Caucasus or modern day Siberia. So essentially, they're going to be surrounding the North Pole, which we know is New Jerusalem and Jesus, which is why we have Northern Lights, which are God's throne room. It's in the North Pole, and now they have every continent that surrounds this. Okay, that's why they had to get rid of Tartaria. That is why they need Greenland. That is why they had to get rid of the descendants of the 1,000 years of Jesus and Russia. Okay, the Tsar family, the Romanovs. That was, go watch my other video on that, on the bells. That was people from the 1,000 years of Jesus. They had to get rid of all of those things so they can finally surround the camp of the saints. So when they tell us aliens are here, not fight, not do anything, don't listen to them, okay? And also, I urge you guys to go watch my digital currency videos and my gold and silver videos, because I do believe that before this happens, they need to create a one world government and digital currency so that we can already be together, so that coming together for aliens, it's not already absurd, it's already in a system, and it's very easy to do, because They wouldn't want to scramble everybody who's already divided and then make them come together right before the big battle, okay? So please watch those other videos and understand that there's a sequence of things that happens before this happens. Renaissance age was not real and was made to hide the 1,000 years of Jesus, and Archangel Michael was probably Michelangelo, and Leonardo da Vinci was probably Lucifer. Now, if you need proof, Jesus came back. I recommend you watch all my other videos because they detail how he came back. This is just talking about the Renaissance. But for us to understand this video, you need to understand that Jesus had his
Alright,
1,000-year
everybody.
reign.
That's my video for today.
These buildings will be dated with the letter J and then 3 numbers after. It would be 687 years.
Go down here for a second.
Then an I, which would be Zeus, which is Jesus in Latin and Greek. Then Anno Domini.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button.
I'm not 100%
Fill out any questions. Sorry.
I'm not just completely
Oh, I laugh every time.
but I believe we're all on the same side here. So
Hit the subscribe button, please. I appreciate it if you do.
I can have a conclusive
I'm very, very new.
projection on this and be able to tell people, but I cannot confidently
And the more subscribers, the
that the
better.
1,000-year reign already
Y'all have a
happened.
great night. Thank you.
Do I think